Hello, everyone. My name is Lady Mariana Gomez, and this occasion I am recording this video for the course of Colombian education. I am here with the teacher in training, Kevin Alejandro. So, Kevin, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, good afternoon. My name is Kevin. As Mariana mentioned, I'm currently studying for a bachelor in foreign language at the UNAD. So pretty happy to
Mhm.
help Mariana with his task.
Okay, Kevin, thank you so much for accept the invitation. And let me I'm gonna let you know that this video is going to be recording only for educational purposes. So I'm going to start with the interview. And the first question is, what do you think are the main challenges to achieving bilingualism in Colombia?
So about that question, I think that as of today, there is a lot of challenges when it comes to bilingualism and to learning a second language. In this case, I suppose for English. There are, as I mentioned, a lot of them in Colombia because of the conditions for people to get access to maybe internet or to receive the appropriate and accurate English education in the schools. But by the other hand, I think that there is a lot of opportunities that we can find nowadays. Accessing to the internet is more simple than 10, 20 years ago. So I think that people can have the autonomy to become um, the to become and to get the education by themselves independently of the school. So there are challenges related to the maybe people needs in rural areas and some part of the cities. But definitely, by the other hand, as I mentioned, I think that nowadays people are more simple when it comes to get a second language.
Okay, thank you so much. That was very interesting. So I also think that internet is an excellent tool to achieve bilingualism nowadays. So the second question is, in what way do you think that rural areas and small communities could improve their English proficiency? Because maybe, as you probably know, there is a huge gap between the cities and the rural areas. So, what would be your recommendations, or what do you think is the best way to improve the level in these places?
Right. So I think that part of this question is related with the previous one that we discussed. As I mentioned, is nowadays, so far in 2025, there is a lot of coverage when it comes to mainly internet, also in rural areas. There are a lot of challenges that people in the countryside are facing today because not all of them, because of their conditions and their needs, are able to pay maybe an internet bill in order to get access to the internet and get education through that. But and also I think that government is also in charge and should be helping those areas and those communities to get access to the internet mainly in order to get proper education. So I think that's part of the government and also part of the people who has to take the charge in order to maybe improve their English skills.
Okay, thank you. The next question is related with high schools. Do you think that the current curriculums in high school are effective, or what changes or aspects would you change?
So I think that maybe is it can be it can provide benefits for some of the students. It can provide the basics, but the I think that Colombian education need to renew time to time, running in pair with technology and to AIs and with the current situation globally. So I think that there is a lot of things that need to be changed for the curriculum in schools, mainly high school. But I also think that with the conditions that we have today and internet access, access to platforms, we can, in that case, for example, I think that I receive a lot of good education in my school and high school, but by the other hand, I have the autonomy to also, by my own, get access to context that can and learned to improve my English skills.
Okay, the next question is how would you use technology in your classroom to promote a better English proficiency?
Okay, so this can be difficult in Colombian education conditions, right? Because of the lack of basically money to support this kind of initiatives. But I think that when I will be performing my profession, I think that I will try to select the contents that I would like to have my students to check, mainly in reinforcing communication as a skills. Actually, I think that this is the part where the students should focus. Just to, I mean, grammar and other areas of linguistics is really important, but I think that I will be selecting contents or creating also contents that can help the students to improve and to enhance the way how they communicate in English.
Okay, thank you. The next question is what do you think is the best way to provide inclusive education, ensuring meaningful learning for students with special needs?
So about this question, I think that government needs to also see that there are a lot of different people with different needs, conditions that also really needs to guarantee the access to the accurate and to great educations are people that maybe don't have those I mean that conditions.
Mhm.
Um, but I think that institutions can also maybe do the adequations in technology and also physically. I mean, construct maybe schools or provide those tools, items that can help people with these special conditions to be able to get access to the school and also to interact and receive the education that they deserve.
Okay. Kevin, do you think that English education in Colombia is focuses too much in grammar, and could that be one of the reasons for the poor results?
Yeah, I really agree with this statement because in my case, I think that I not lost, but I did spend a lot of time trying to learn grammar rules, and trying to put logic into how that can work in order to be a better student in English. But when I try to learn by my own, selecting my own contents online and the internet, listening to movies, TV shows, and that, I really discover and that it's really important to maybe focus and communicate the skills that because this is the skill that will let you when you are a professional maybe and you would like to improve your areas your studies. I think that you need to focus in that area in order to be able to interact maybe with people from the places you are going to work or maybe coworkers. So I yeah, to answer the question, I think that maybe the grammar focus has failed somehow, and it's really important to adapt the needs of the world globally to education nowadays.
Okay, do you believe that poor working conditions for teachers contribute to the low English level among students?
Yeah, partially. I mean, it's teacher responsibility to provide a good education. I mean, there are a lot of needs that they maybe face and challenge in a daily basis because of the poor conditions on the institutions. I definitely think that teacher conditions when it comes to job and work should be improved. Maybe salaries, get access to a better health system, benefits in, I mean, in daily life in society. Um, and this, doing this small improvements, I think that maybe teachers will be more motivated and will have the tools and be able to impact in a positive way their students' learning.
Okay, and now I have the last question, and that is, as a teacher, as a future teacher, what recommendations would you make to improve in the working conditions for teachers? So maybe in relation with the payment or with the resources at the schools. So what would be your recommendations?
Um, you mean like the recommendations to the? Sorry, could you please repeat the question one more time, Mariana?
Yeah. What would you be? What would be your recommendations to
Uh-huh.
improve the working conditions for teachers? If you
Okay.
think that they may have a better payment or something like that,
Uh,
or more resources at the schools.
right. So yeah, I think that basically the things that you mentioned and the things that I mentioned in the previous questions are the recommendations. I think that the question is related to recommendations to the government or to the Secretary of Education at the Gobernación, I think. But the recommendation to the people who rule the education in an administrative way in Colombia will be that motivated the professionals, in this case the teacher, by improving their salaries, providing them a raise. Some of them are being underpaid and they work in a difficult condition in the rural areas where they don't have access, resources to provide education that teacher that student needs, right? So I think that yeah, maybe government can provide more of the taxes that they receive every year to the education, less to war, for example, and then will be impacting both students and teachers' lives, right?
Okay, Kevin, thank you so much for your participation in this video. It was very, very interesting to hear your point of view as a future teacher because as we are currently studying to have a renew in the education, a renew point of view. So it was very, very interesting. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your opinion.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.